Okay, this is another video I'm making. My name is Chad Murdock. That's my pet name. I was informed that from a memory that my mother had gave me these names, Chad. Also, my official name is Jéan Ramon Murdock. I know in regards to society and the world as it is, I I'm not a significant character to do anything for. I realized that it was a hard thing to stomach as a growing up as a child. It made me do a lot of things that I I I I didn't appreciate at the time that I had to do it, but it was done. It was hard, it was harsh, and I'm still battle nosed. I'm still going through it. But I want to say, what I want to explain or bring to light my true identity, because I see this destiny swap stuff is real. Also, I want to make people know I also have the impaired vision. They might desecrate my body. That's the hardest thing that when I was young and seeing how vicious these people had managed to take over my house. Right? I'm not trying to grieve over anything. I'm not trying to be better or anything. I accept everything the way it is. I used to feel ashamed how hard I had to work to get these pair of these glasses. How much I had to kill up myself. I've not used any external route like many other people. You know, resistance I seen is really futile. It's really futile. Um, so I'm not trying to, especially in the state I am, being so hungry and stuff like that, and seeing how while others using up whatever I can to put out there my message. Not no message. It's not no message. Cause really and truly this English language, you know, I don't have no ill even to my enemies right now. Even to my enemies. I just want to come and speak the aspect of my interpretation of what I had witnessed and the truth. I'm not saying my interpretation is the best. It's riddle with because how I've grown up under Masonic influences. Um, like even certain things people might mention how some people in these kind of family. Well, it's not my family. It's been a trick, right? I've explained that so many times on my platform. Um, so what I want to say is that I can't say for sure this occultistic perspective is accurate or is the truth or the nature of the truth of things. But that's how I had gotten so much self development from. Um, Even why I'm so calm in this moment right now. Before other videos, panicky, panicky, panicky. Because what I realized, I was trying to control something that I had no control over. And it just took me reaching to this state, right? This state, right where, you know, I've accumulated a lot. I remember when I was little, I never ever had a bed. You know, these people were blinding me and to see my vision going away. Um, you know, it was really hard in school, right? in school and people trying to write you off. People trying to write you off because it's a hoodwink. A lot of our people, they like to write off. And maybe some people don't know. Maybe some people don't know they fail you. Spite. You might have been a genius, but they've discouraged you to pursue or take interest into certain things, right? I noticed that when I was young, but because I come from this country that's supposed to be predominantly black, colored, whatever term you want to use. I noticed that it was only exercise against me. No matter wherever I went, whether my grandmother sent me to Catholic school or a traditional school, it was the same story. It was the same story. It just occurred that, a lot of people try to control people, children. You see me, a lot of monitoring spirit is just dangerous, how this world is. But, I made it this far. And I accumulated a lot of knowledge. What an experience. So that's why I want to come about to show my identity, so nobody out there can fraudulently use my identity to because I've seen a lot of things going on and I see like it occurring with me. It's just been a takeover. So this is how I look, y'all. My ethnicity is Arawak Indian, y'all. So if you see somebody else, I see the same thing happening to people in America. I'm not too familiar with people in this country, right? And I haven't been paying attention because the chaos that they push out there. So my thing is, I don't have anybody in my corner. Don't have any family, because the people who had sacrificed my grandmother, they just was pretending. They weren't even pretending. They just was in position where people, just because I was young, I don't have a much say. And even if I did familiar to that heighten, that perspective, it would have just made things worse for me. Right? Because they needed the alibi that they're my family, I have some affiliation to come snoop around in my house. This and that. My grandmother never told me anything because out of fear. Out of fear. I do recall she telling me not to help them to find the papers and they shouldn't search up the house. But, they've had manipulated me against my grandmother. And my grandmother made it convenient for them to manipulate me, right? Because, I'm not a lazy person. And this is the slave kind of mentality that they push into you to drive you to do what they want so they can get away. And they don't care. They don't care because they're a bunch of Chinese. So I want to tell you, say, yo, I am genetically a male. I'm not no demon or anything, or no fallen angel, right? That's maybe why I'm in this position, because I'm not a fallen angel, right? And I don't have any family. All of my family get murdered off. So if they're representing me, if something was to happen to me, right? Because I don't see how anything getting better. And I'm trying to repent, trying to do a lot of things. Things I had to learn on my own because this country is very corrupt. Um, you know, where is not corrupt nowadays? That's the thing. So can I really judge? Internally, it had hurt. It made me feel bitter. Oh, unfair it is outside of my control. So, I've managed to create a safe haven for myself. Um, to have peace, you know. Um, Certain members in society, I don't think they're familiar with my identity or who I am. I don't really talk much. I do only talk when, I'm speaking out against certain things. Because that spirit that they make you feel like, but I never seen nobody like that though. Although they try to would propagate as if there are people like that now. Money runs the world. Money is the god of this world. But ultimately, my belief, I'm going out with my belief in Christ. You see me? You see me? You see me? Even if it's because I'm disfavored by God because I'm not part of the supreme race or the master race or whatever is going on. Whatever I come and witness from a born. If I'm not part of that master race, it doesn't matter to me. After I pass away, all of this going to be flesh. This is just flesh, and I'm not going to be in spirit because my body is my spiritual body is nothing but light. And I am not my prerogative, right? This is what keeping me, giving me comfort, right? So I won't have to do this over again. I won't have to do this over again. I never kill myself. I fought the urge to kill myself. I found peace, with certain things, certain people reaching out to me. There was even a guy in this chat who has shared some things with me. I really appreciate that. Although you saw me, I did run off because it's so embarrassing. It seems like a humiliation ritual, right? Or it seems like you're the ones in Hollywood, like you see, and that's why I'll be very cautious because it seems like a trap, right? Because look what Jim Carrey did. Look what Jim Carrey did. And then Jim Carrey turned into something else. You see me, I'm saying like, yo, with me personally, I'm not on anything to attack against the public. You see me, I am not no transgendered person or no part of no X Factor, right? My nature, right? I was born from a man and a woman. You see me? I was not cloned. Because it don't make any sense to me. If I was a clone, my memories are very vague of my parents because it's been so long and it's been so traumatic. They've done series of voodoo stuff, dark stuff, traumatic abuse. You see me? It's been a fight, right? And same thing with Orlando Brown saying. It's just that I don't have the privilege to go on these platforms because there's no genuine, nothing out here. There's no it's not so diverse out here with communities who are here, the voice of the black folks and what we going through and why why it's so corrupt and what's going on. Nah, nah. The same people control the information in the country. So my thing is, I'm not saying yo, you see me? I'm sorry if I'm walking up and down. Sometimes I walk up and down when things get too much for me. You might notice that by now. Um, as I do that in all of my videos, my life is a wreck. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it, bro. Yeah, nothing I can do about it. I'm just trying to keep good will, right? Because I don't know, maybe something good would happen. Maybe the rapture. I wouldn't say by opinion about these people, or if I go with these people, these demonic people, I won't be raptured. I won't be raptured. And I've not even been as evil as them. I've not even been evil. I just true I've focused on preserve. I never know so I've been groomed by Chinese who trying to manipulated and influenced by Chinese from a young age who trying to, and I seen they're doing this with the women too in the black community, right? And they do this to the men and make we feel like we have to be hyper aggressive for achieve, forget that masculine, to be respected as a man, right? Is a whole trick. And then they reveal that they were they were Chinese all along. We don't even flex that. We won't even go put ourselves through that. So now this is why they're trying to label us as crazy. Because now they try you seeing them at you, the black community, just regarding them, the women in our community, just regarding whatever they're seeing is as whatever they're being told. You see me? Whatever being so if they're telling them say, I'm a woman, they're attracted to them and they have a phallus, they're going along with the whole mockery show of God, believing in this, being tricked by succubus, sis, right? And if they are a man, if they claim to be a man, they believe that too. The only people who not gonna believe in it is an actual man. You see me? An actual male. And they felt like if they pray at me at a younger age and basically peer pressure me into, oh, this is what black men do, this is what black men, I try to get me into that prisoner vibe, You see me? Because what they do is use fear mongering tactics, right? Because oh my grandmother always say chat different. You see me? Because I'm not realizing the cues of what is going on. True, I grew up in a scholarly academic way. I went to school. I never into the mythos of things. I never believe in the mythos. So when my grandmother telling me about Duppy and all them stuff here, Duppy is what I would translate it to is like ghosts or all those crazy things y'all talking about, unexplainable creatures. That's what we call Duppy, right? So Duppy can be a fucking demon, anything. Anything. I want to explain. I want to express how much that I am a human, right? I am human. I mean, I know I might, to some people, I might seem like I come from a different time. I come from a different time period. No, I come from this time period. It's just that it's been a ethnic cleansing going on in Jamaica. So, you know, I don't want to really get into that. I don't want to get into that. So I was saying like, yo, you know, I just want to make sure that people know that my identity, I'm not gonna come out here with no weird shit. To you see me, no, they don't. And my consciousness not going to. I haven't sold my soul to the devil. My family never stole their soul to the devil. That's what they would like you to believe because they're just exterminating them and gaslighting us. You know? This is truly diabolical. How would civilians prepare for attack like this? You in a country and they're attacking you like this. The government attacking you like this. It's really extreme. It's really extreme. It's really extreme. It's really been spiritual warfare. A lot of spiritual warfare that manifests into the physical. I try to hold on to, you know, I try to let things go. Cause we in the new world order. And I guess this character I have developed is expiring. It wasn't even made to be built. I wasn't supposed to be even able to reach this far. And the thing is, I don't want to do this over. So I stayed in long enough to learn something because I always felt something deeper inside my blood. Right? So you see me, I study a lot of other aspects of religion, spirituality, and stuff like that. Like, you know, so why I can embellish onto people, it might be crazy. You might be hearing it on the internet. I don't know how true it is. I just have, you know, we're all human, right? And there's certain practical sciences that can explain this. And if you focus your awareness, right, you might, because women are able to pick up on it, right? If you focus your awareness onto it, but don't do any divination. Don't do any divination because it's not worth it obsessing your life in trying to gain some form of control. But it's all up to you. It's all up to you. I think all these people telling us to do these things, divination, all of them thing here, they're witches and warlocks because how they can understand this thing? How they get to retain all of these information? How them get for tapping into this? You see me? And then everybody saying, all of them singing the same thing. Well, you see me? Jesus is just an abstract concept or a metaphor or it didn't exist or some crude, you know? So I've been resisting the devil because that's what the devil want me to believe. So Jesus not going to return. He's going to return regardless if I'm here or not. You see me? That's how I have to respect it because, you know, being black, that's how it is. And I'm not trying to disappoint anybody who's of color to feel like my no, it's these people just came in, happened to came and my family never dealt with it properly and then the society like the police sit like that, so it that's what's scary. So I see why my grandmother would be intimidated as a woman for be that kind of way. But to sell out her own grandson, nah. I don't really respect that because this is why I say it's saying in the Bible, you can respect your fathers and your mothers and your forefathers and your foremothers, but don't trust in man. Don't trust in man because my grandmother was playing mind games on me. If people don't understand, in her mental state, she wasn't being comforting. She wasn't being like nurturing or anything, bro. Family. This is why I got so mixed up in whether these people, what position these people are in my life. Because she let it get too far. She wouldn't even team up with me. That's what I was looking for, you know. If she just did team up with me and we stood against her, she gave me the information. You know, even if it come to pass that say, you know, she passed away, right? Her own grandson, she don't want to make survive her own blood. You see me, that to me seems delusional. Or, you know, she want me to survive without lacking all this information. Cause I feel like the information or the confirmation really would have helped coming from her. But who knows how I would have react to it? Who knows? Who knows? Because I was more of an outspoken person. I like to be straightforward. Because, you know, I'm a man. So I like to approach my thing is to be straightforward because I don't like, I never grow up bearing much false witnesses. I don't tell tales or go around people and tell tales or tell people lie or portray a persona about me. That's not true. I don't even get room for that because they're trying to assassinate my character and I take away from my light. So I don't really get room for even, I notice I don't even get room for even do those things. They always try to attack me about my sexuality and you know, like I'm not no sexual deviant. You know, I know how I made it seem like is a you know it's something about me, but I just found it weird from a young age when you start you know like how young how is weird that weirdos taking interest in children's sexuality and whether them being sexually active, and then they're trying to isolate you so they can have because they're trying to make me into a pure dove or a pure lamb to be a scapegoat. Uh, in reality, it don't work like that. I'm not going to allow them to get away with that. So I made the efforts, create this platform. I created several platforms, and I was always being attacked by these people. I could get coming to understand fully now that this was spiritually monitoring me. I was talking to them, some of them, entertaining them online, entertaining them in real life, right? Thinking, you know, some of them created a persona to deceive me. And because I thought so small of myself and I had low self-esteem and I just was trying to, that's the only thing I've been, you could say, near to faking. But it's not faking. I just shedding skin, shedding my ego, right? And stop believing in the stuff that they're telling me about myself and ensuring to put up myself so I can stand on my own 2 feet and then I saying like, yo, people coming and trying to humble me for that. They've been always humbling me from a born. And it's just weird. Why would somebody, you dealing your shit in a your life, you taking care of your shit, and somebody want to humble your feet? You have a greater responsibility than them and they're getting in your way. That's what I always find weird. That's what I always find weird. Right? So, you know, appreciate any little support people put out there, even having me like, no memory. I don't you never really know me. So I don't want no weird thing. I don't know. I'm unsure about it. I never done much to bring any and do anything in this world. I only can speak from my truth. I live on a small island in Jamaica. So, the whole new world order. I see from your perspective, y'all's perspective with all the crazy stuff going on and the crazy stuff you're seeing. That's why I come the way I come. So, not to alarm nobody, not to stress out nobody. Cause it's me. It's me. It's me. It's me. I never step on no toes or anything. Well, when I was young, I used to be highly against these Masonic people. Highly against them. I never want them around me because I felt like they was going to traffic me and rape me. So, you know, my brother, they was going to destroy me regardless of whether I wanted to or not. Isn't it? That was their whole attempt. You think they wasn't going to give me no career or nothing like that. Whereas they never knew anything. For manipulate me enough to believe the stuff like where you see the foreign people and will tell you about. They never knew anything about what they were doing. They were low in degree. I guess that's how it is for the ones them not near the head lodges them in America or the UK. Then people around the world strange in itself. You see me? Because certain people reactions to it. And I like to bring it to the table. Like certain African man reaction to this and some reach out to me and their reaction is to go do some kind of something where I would consider satanic and then they're being mean and bullying me. And I'm in this desperate state. So that's why I just let go. I let go because I see the sorcery, the witchcraft that's behind it. And these people don't care. And they have to them, they have justifiable reason. So I analyze everything. Say, yo, I talk about it a lot. And when I'm hearing it from a perspective of a woman, saying they cannot find love or this and that, and I saying, what? Because it seems like you women are attracted to them. Whether them on TV or in real life, you make them be, all start from a young age, bro. The woman you take fascination to gay men, and then it turn into a whole different thing. Because they think they're just gay. No. They think they're just gay. No. Some of them is just androgynous. So, well, I can tell people, protect yourself. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. We see what's going on, the world that's going on. And I mean it from as a foolish person from the bottom of my heart. You see me? If it's that's what being a foolish person, Christian is to be nice, right? I have no other choice. I have no other choice. I'm being humbled. I'm being, and it's not even like I would be a bad person or if I had not got the freedom, if I was given the freedom to, I wouldn't realize certain things to take gravitate to, like being mean or wicked. I just would like to avoid certain people, negative, low vibrating people, for we come learn that they're just demons. It's crazy. Although it was kind of obvious. Crazy. It's crazy, man. What a crazy world. Just hope so these people can, after we dead, after I pass off, because I don't have no children. And it's maybe for the best. Maybe for the best, though. Maybe for the best. And it's to come to that understanding that you won't find no true love in this world. I did find love. I did find love, you know? And even that I want to let go. Even that I want to let go. I don't want to recycle back into this ever again. Um, the sacrifices I had to make. I really tried with a lot of people, bro. I really tried with a lot of people. And some people I said they tried with me. Laura tried with me. She's not like she was the. You see me? Even if she was at that time, I wasn't in no. When I was young, I wasn't in no mental capacity to really do things. I had to learn things. I had to go out there and learn things, get my paperwork, stuff like that. And it was really hard to do it in this society because of the discrimination, the attack, the spiritual warfare, the gaslighting, the the abuse. And when it's all over, it's all over for me. I hope this don't come off as no weird satanic shit to people because that's what they're doing nowadays. That's the thing. No, you know, that's the thing now. So, you know, when I migrate from this realm, I really and truly I don't want to live, do anything. This life made me learn some valuable lesson. So my thing is the, and I hope I'm not trying to manifest my own death. Cause I don't say anything else, and when you're deprived of so much things, that's why I just want the Lord, the good old Lord. I don't know better. The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. I have to go back to that. You see me? Cause when I was younger, I wasn't even on this phase. That's why I was paranoid. That's why I was panicking. You see me? That's why I was panicking because when you live life, you never. It just was absent of any void of any form of love, any form of anything. You know, I barely had the TV, and then the TV itself came like indoctrination. I never had it, bro. It's really I took a risk of being in a hostile environment where I'm not allowed to do certain things, and I wait till people turn their back to do it. And then sometimes I would try to nice up my grandmother. And when those times don't work, I just go ahead and watch it anyways. I wasn't a rude kid, but I understood that, I'm not dining in this place and so much this distress. And, I wanted to learn stuff about life because I never knew anything. So, you know, and then when I got to school, when I went to high school, and then especially when I went into seventh grade, because every time I noticed they keep on trying to funnel me into the classes with all the fucking trans people. And then when the trans people, when the girls them get isolated by the trans, they manipulate their mind against them, gaslight them because they have OCD and they always have an agenda and I always have it fun, find it weird. Why so much people making a big deal of me? And now I come to understand. I don't know why they never seen it weird, but they made them pave their destiny. That's why I stayed with God. I stayed close to God. And that's why I stay close to God. But family, I was a mean, shallow, bitter person. Openly, I maybe sometimes it was hard for me. I would swallow my pride. It took me a while for stops to start swallowing my pride. Because when I was young, I was very prideful. Not in a inconsiderate, demonic way or bad way, but certain times I wouldn't, because of how my grandmother raised me and the stuff that people, these the abuse, I wouldn't reach out for help. I wouldn't, and how I viewed myself, I had low self esteem, very low self esteem, and it built me up to even have the courage to do things like this. It might sound weird, but you know, I don't want to get back at that. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. I reached 28, so it don't really matter. I wasn't trying for necessarily create an image of me where it's not true. You feel me? But I don't understand my place in this world as coming to get it. I just got thankful for all the moments that wasn't so horrible. That made it not so horrible. You know. My shout out to my Dominican friend. Shout out to I see why people fear, a lot of things, bro. But shout out to my Dominican friend. Cause it's easy for somebody for just mash up your life, bro. Just slander. Shout out to my Dominican friend. Shout out to Lori. So, that woman there, that somebody need, I hope God bless her. I hope God is blessing her. Cause we have it rough. We human beings have it rough, bro. We have it rough. You know? And I'm not against anybody of no, I'm just talking about my experience in this country. You see me, and what I see in media, what these people are doing, we can't get past that. We can't get past that. If we can come to some intermittence where we can have some common ground, right, regardless of whatever we is, if we know so we all on the same page and we don't want the destruction of humanity, you see me, if we can come to some common ground, do the people who left out there, right? If we can come to some common ground and stop this division, right? Well, because of whatever your ethnicity is or whatever, because we're living in different realities. We're living in different realities where they're playing by different rules, and we are set. We are fixated to, because even if like even say, yo, people find it out of character when you act a certain way, and I starting to see it too. Like I won't trust somebody like that, or and I see you guys have that same exception to, so like for the white, for instance, the white community, y'all don't trust the white people who act too black, and the same way we feel too, like we don't trust someone who act too white, even if we come from a perception of intellect, but we do it in a format where we still retain our heritage and dignity of for our ethnic group, right? Is regarded as, it's still challenged, like, because it seems like they're more trying to advocate or pander to white white supremacy, and then in our format is more to pander to black supremacy, or you know but I don't really do it. I don't do it because I'm not favored by any group. So that's why I say I'm isolated and boxed in. Nobody not going to put their thing on the line for me, or it don't even make any sense to. Car bills gone up, taxes gone up, gas gone up, food gone up, and the things that bring us any little peace, like weed gone up, liquor gone up. So people talking about people alcoholic. How can you be an alcoholic nowadays? You see me? You can't even afford this shit. I remember when I was young, I wouldn't necessarily, I was an alcoholic. You could consider me an alcoholic, but to me, because I was doing some um practices to lower raise my vibrations and stuff like that. And even sometimes, like, I don't want to get into that, but even sometimes people would tell me, like, well, I don't like to use, but people who were in my life that I used to consult when I was younger, the monitoring spirits, I thought they were regular people because they would talk like they're regular people and tell me stuff that seemed like good advice. Right? So, and they would secure me in a way like only one individual did. Um, they would, I think it's only to be buying to this thing that so they could get away with trafficking me or whatever. I don't know. And I'm saying like, how you going to have me living on the edge, right? And pushing me to do these things, knowing that. You see, because I even got message her. Well, I don't know what she is, but she messaged me later last year, either last year, late last year, or early this year, asking me if I'm still alive. So they're just checking up on me because I wasn't putting out much content. She used to watch my content and she used to make it seem like she sympathized with me. It hurt her, it break her heart that how much I have to go through. But anytime I talk to her, it's not no, we're not coming up with anything. It's always something for setback. Um, she was a close friend. I'd consider her a close friend to me. She introduced me to a lot of things about my heritage, music, stuff like that. And it gave me comfort in those times. That's why I'm able to be calm and now. You see me? Because it's not like before when I was like a kid where there was these people walking up and down in my household and I have to be like a soldier figuring out a way how I'm going to get out of this, how I'm going to get, who can I trust, this and that. Because people, that's what's gaslighting me too. How am I this? How am I going to do that? But they brought me, you know, I'm glad God I gave me the little bit of mercies. The little bit of mercies. Listen, I'll never do this on my own. My faith in God carried me this far. But Jesus said he can't do nothing about the law. Man's law. You're not going to change man's law. So I'm just thankful for me, all these good people, see all the good people and the knowledge y'all share. But you see me, some of the satanic knowledge, you know, to learn the enemy. This is why I'm also so in peace because I see what they're doing and why they were doing it. Why they're doing it. No, I'm just glad that I wasn't a victim to be sacrificed to Baal. You see me? You know me? Got many people not, you see me, they didn't have no struggle out there. So I'm just glad I was a son. This is why a lot of people very fearful to even do anything to help me. But I'm glad that I was not I hadn't been, so I made my own choice. And now, I can go on my own terms. But I was talking about earlier, but until I lose track, um, but certain things pertaining to the moon. The moon has a pull on the water in our body. That's to simplify it. On the tides and anything that has any form of water, the moon pull the gravitational of the moon pulls on it. So I took on an awareness to that from a very young age until I start studying it and meditating under the moon, gazing at the moon, not worshiping the moon, not worshiping. But you know, when you're in solace of so much pain, suffering, you know, practically all of these forms of media representation, you feel like there's there's an inner strength inside of you that you can dig down deeper to push, keep on pushing. Right? So that's what I was looking for. And also to go in within my subconscious mind to fix. That's why I'm able to come in this way, because I've done the work. I've done the work. I've done the work. You see me? So death don't mean much. It's just death is hard. This is hard, gruesome. Death is an ugly thing to me. The act of dying is an ugly thing. Just to be in that excruciating pain waiting till your lights shut off. The things that they can do to your body. You know, that's the thing that worried me. Like the humiliation to be treated like by the same people who claiming that they have been oppressed, they're doing the same thing to people, children, and don't care. And if I had allowed it, they would have done that to my body, desecrated my body. Because the only reason why they wasn't able to desecrate my grandmother's body, because I wouldn't let them. Because they even wanted to cremate my grandmother's body, right? They wanted to cremate my grandmother's body and throw her away, like I see they do certain people. You see me? And I said, no. I said, no, you're going to bury my grandmother. And I put my foot down. Will they have the same up there for me? Probably not. Probably not. Will anybody check about me? If people check about me now, is on the premises that they feel guilty. They feel guilty. And some people can push past that guilt. So I'm not necessarily go come here and say, talk about things, aspects of karma, do you know, all of those stuff seem like it's feminine to me. Like when you're a hurt woman, you're going to start spewing all sort of stuff because you're in a state of helplessness and you feel bitter. You just with hope for vengeance to come back at them. You see me? If I'm not in this world, I don't really care what happened to nobody after that. Because I don't want to have any attachments to this world after I pass off. Because I don't want to be captured by the moon or some shit. Because I heard that the moon is a soul catching. And to me, it kind of makes sense. Because it, you know, the soul, light, it has some parallel to water. Right? It has parallels to water. So water flow in a container, right? When you pour water in a cup, it take the form of the cup, the shape of the cup. If you pour it in a kettle, it take the shape of the kettle. Right? I can go even deeper, but and for sound like Bruce Lee, but that's not my prerogative. Yeah, I wanted to be was like just live my life out. I wasn't trying to look fame. Although I did like music. I did like music and dancing, you know? And seeing how demonic the entertainment industry is, I turned down certain things. I turned down certain things because I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that. So, you know, the illusion was on me. I didn't do any gay activities or anything, I really wanted to move on from my life, really move on from this stage of life of just torment, torture. You see me? What made me bitter is that the credit that they're stealing and not giving me. But it doesn't matter no more. It doesn't matter. I'll say my piece. If you want to hear my piece, you can just, if somebody telling you, you can just check my channel and hear my perspective of what I went. You see me? I'm not gonna come none of my stuff from what I made this had no malice, had no negative towards anybody who viewing it. It's just me as a human being telling you so. I'm not trying to gain no following because gaining a following wouldn't even do anything for me because I don't even have access to my identity no more. How can God help me in this situation? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, bro. These people would have me praying to death and kill me. So when these people telling you, say, prayer is this, prayer is that, prayer is a distraction, I see what they're talking about. But that's not going to make me change my perspective of God. That's not going to make me change my perspective of Christ. Because his word, his word, the doctrine, it was very true. Very true. There was demons in this world. And I fought to the very end until I realized that to wake up from this. To say, I'm not in control. I'm not in control. It's to accept it. That's the best way is to accept it. And gravitate to get him. I didn't want to look weak. I didn't want, especially growing up without no father. I didn't want to see him like a bitch, right? And have bitch tendencies. So people could have exploit me. People could have manipulate me, gaslight me, use things to gaslight. So I tried to stand up on my own 2 feet as a man. So I hope God don't really look down on me like that because I've been orphaned and been harmed. I've been put in harm's way, and I did my best to try liberate myself, try enlighten myself, try teach myself certain skills and get certain talents and skills that would set me far from the crowd. But I'm start getting out. I just getting out of the rat race. Not that I'm going to become psychopathic or roam the street. That's the opposite of what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stay in my little humble bed that I work so hard to get with my pillow, with my sheets, with my grandmother's comforter. You know, was it a good run while it lasted? Not really. You know, weed helped me alleviate certain stress, and I did some yoga practices. 'Cause I had back pain, I had knee pain, I had hip impingement. Master, like, I put out all this work, you know, build up myself, get abs, build up my body, fix my mind, even in the midst of chaos. And I never had any foundation, no support or anything. I don't even know a word my father told me. Or the only father I ever had was God, was Jesus Christ. I was looking to as being my father. And I never been breastfed, nothing. You see me? I thought I would have gotten away. But people was taking advantage of me, bro. People was taking advantage of me. I was always worrying about this, that, and the fourth, how my future going to stay, this and that. How women going to perceive me. It don't really matter. I know my place in the world. You know, I'm not of this world. And I appreciate all the people and their efforts to put out, even the ones who are exploiting and like Cat Williams. If Cat Williams never do what him do, I wouldn't have known how to maneuver myself. Billy Carson, although him really talk about aliens, mostly talk about aliens, but they trafficking people. Um, the woman who acted as Nikki Parker, um, y'all know them, y'all know them, y'all know them. They're out there. They are out there. You know, Jesus Christ, man. What a God we serve. What a God we serve. You know, cause it's war, bro. I don't really know about reptilians. You people keep on saying reptilians, and I think y'all dealing with people who are pathological liars. Not people, demons who are pathological liars. They have every means to convince you. And these women not telling you the full thing. These women not telling you. And what they do is try to blackmail us males because it going to make us look effeminate or look like we gay or we into them kind of stuff there. Because look what happened to Tory Lanez with Meg the Stallion, right? So they had all intent to hide keep the secrets. It's just people now realizing the inconsistency of what's going on. But it's like a joke to them. So they call themselves, go by these aliases and names, which sound weird, like Sandra Bullock, Megan the Stallion. You see me? Megan Stallion. You see me? It's right in front of your face. This is the thing. This is the strange part. They have their own community, right? And they target us norms. They could have been with another trans person of their opposite to them, right? But they refuse not to. They want coerce actual regular person, and they come now with status, with money. Some of them, if they're coming with from being broke, they're coming to rob you. Like 50 Cent show you. 50 Cent show you, say, yo, 50 Cent is one of them too. 50 Cent is a transformer too. And it's not that I can't believe it. There's nothing I don't hold no qualms for, like saying like I never worship these people. Maybe there was a sense of worship listening to their music, and the music resonating with me. So I could have resonated with many men, because I never know say these people are trans. I didn't even know say 50 Cent. So you see, the gaslighting. We being gaslight, and when they gaslight it, it's like deadly venom. So we just assuming that what they're saying is true when it's not. And how they come up with these lyrics if that's not their lifestyle. I've seen these people come up with do all sorts of stuff. I don't know if it's demons possessed, they're allowing to possess them, because even me, right? Me as a normal man, I know certain people consider those feats of being lyrically inclined like that as difficult. Even me, even me, I literally have to write songs. I don't think all of them have that talent or ability. All of them, but they do have a stage presence or can perform. They can perform. So that's why they're always selecting them for being entertainers than us people or us normals. You see me? Maybe there's a rare one and two of them who family supported their dreams, or somebody supported their dreams to get there. But we don't have it like that. So we is not privileged like them. Unless they bring us in. They court us in. And usually they're not trying to court any real man in, because of the challenge that they don't understand their identity. Because some of them really do feel like what it appears, it looks like they think they are men that somebody had done something wrong to, why they don't have the consistency that we do to being a man. Because they don't understand it, especially the black ones. They don't understand the science. They don't understand no form of science or anything they don't even read the Bible, right? So are the ones that who are in the church, and even them don't understand science. So they don't understand that considerably. They're not a male. You're not a male or a woman. You're androgynous. That's why some of them look for being these secret societies to learn more about themselves. They always end up in these secret societies or these death occults, as I call them. A lot of people call them that. You see me, bro? And they're not appreciative for life. They just want to come and be a sexual deviant. They want to be a sexual deviant, especially the ones who are black, because they have this expectation, and I feel like it's a mild exaggeration because it's a destiny swap, right? So they're taking credit and imposing it as if they had a normal life, right? They would be in the same competition with me or even do greater things than me or however they consider it. Because I noticed the whole time them was running me down about this, trying to go create this scandal because they're trying to create me into being the black sheep. They come in my house and come trying to make me the black sheep and trying to manipulate me, gaslight me. And I made it this far. I thank the people who had take the time out of their day to view my shit, because it really mean a lot to me. It really mean a lot to me. People don't know how people like me in this kind of distress, the little bit of support, moral support, even though I refute it, it's kind of embarrassing and it kind of break my concentration. For somebody judge you, and the circumstance. That's why I don't like show my face, because they had gaslit me to believe that I look crazy. You see me? And how I attach it to, many times it made me feel like for cut off my hair and shit like that. And do stuff like, and I think that's what they do to the women them too, because I would go to the barber, because this is the stuff, I don't know if that's what they did to the older generation too. Because it's the barbers where I used to go to when I was in school with them, where they would say, yo, you, cause them a try bring me in a things, them rate me and shit like that. When those stuff used to go on, them say, yo, yeah, like, the hot boy thing, they would line up my eyebrow and tell me get accustomed to it. Cause at first I wasn't comfortable with it, cause I say like, I thought that was a woman thing, but you see me, when I seen all the attention I got from, then I would keep it up, and then especially like, oh, I'm always treated down in society. I never know that it was definitively because of my ethnicity. Because I don't see them necessarily treat the women who of my ethnicity like that. But then I don't see none of them about the place. If them about the place, then their mind messed up. You see me, son? You see me, bro? I don't even hold up. I just want to tell people, because they're not making the attempts to do what me do, That's what I noticed. They're not making the attempts because, I don't know, maybe they think these people not doing them no harm, or they feel more shame than me, or they don't know how to express themselves. they can't express themselves like me or for tapping like this or sometimes they don't what I notice with a lot of Caribbean women, they don't watch. It's just them, the ones that I talking about, the what controlling the media is them. These are the ones you're seeing on the internet mostly. You see me? You see me? They're trying to spiritually monitor you. If you give them attention, they go spiritually monitor you. They go try and manipulate you, gaslight you. You see me? So you don't know. That's why they talk about scam. That's why they believe big in scam. Um, One moment from me. I just gotta keep the live running instead of shut it down because I'm gonna come back anyways. how I survived this long when I was young, and I have to go back to that, is um walking around the place. I walk around the island. Um, find when it's season, and usually somebody, you know, my girlfriend, I always talk about her on this platform, Laurie. Um, and I'm not saying it from a not delusional state, because she always have this affectionate way about me. Oh, Chad and shit like that. And I feel the same way. She way older than me, and it's been so long. I'm 28. When I met her, I think I was 18, 19, but I misled her about my age. You know them way there, so it's not her fault, and I really was in a situation so people can understand. It's not no, and I actually moved older. I was very more romantic, you know, and shit like that. You know, it was really hard. It was really hard, but I made it through emotionally too. And then my body, after being under these going through these extreme conditions without no healthy food, you know, and just to accumulate all of this now for just go down back to the gym, bro. Injured, my leg injured. And I'm not saying it to, especially now, because I see like, yeah, I'm not trying to manipulate people. I'm not trying to manipulate people. But yeah, I survived on mangoes, and you know, people telling you all these stuff to live on fruits. I don't know if it's safe. Too much of one, just one good thing, not good. Cause look here, these fruits have sugars in it. You can get diabetes from eating too much fruits. Especially with the lifestyle people living nowadays, they're not moving up and down, they're not doing anything, and then the habits that you already program yourself into. You see me? This is why people are addicted to sugary stuff, right? So, but that's how I survived so long, and it made me get really, really skinny and weak and stuff like that, and it was hard dealing with moving in an environment where people gang stalking you, all this shit, and all I was surviving on is strength and the God word, right? So I often muscle my way through, and it made me have to become more tactical. And then certain things that one person can look like, I don't have the security, and my hands always open out to anybody or coming to me with generosity. And then you know when they come with their bullshit and being like a mean prick or mean spirited prick is when I would get aggravated, pissed off, fear provoked, and these are the transformers, though. Because I don't know why so much something there around me, but yeah, you come around me, know everything about me is a nobody. That make any sense? That make any sense? Like you, some of these people of higher status, and I'm saying like, this is how you see your audience or your fans, but they don't care. They don't care. How many times I try to reach out to them for help, they wasn't there for help because it's always this perversion in this country. It's about this perversion. So I let go certain things. I let go certain things. I stop abuse certain things. Uh, it is very much time for me to stop going on certain people because if they're not, it's me I understand, and I have to seek help somewhere else, bro. So you see me, that's the problem I always have. When I stop going around people, I'm just grateful for even have been able to put out something or make attempts to put out something to corroborate my story. I'm coming off now.